this could be a huge problem in Wuthering Waves. Now, I apologize for my voice. I'm a little bit ill at the moment, and you know, the grind doesn't stop. Wuthering Waves comes out very, very soon, so I've just got to keep going. But do you know what else I'm sick of? The Genshin Impact community. Now, yeah, you might be saying, well, this is a huge surprise, you know, or who would have guessed the Genshin Impact community being bad, or they're doing something wrong, or they're being annoying, or whatever. But for some reason, this topic has just really annoyed me, and I just thought, why not make a video on this? Because I've been thinking about this for like the past week or so. If you saw my last video, I talked about how Wuthering Waves were getting on in terms of advertising, and I showcased the many methods that they were using, from social media advertising to also pulling up billboards in Akihabara, which is absolutely huge and proves that Wuthering Waves is making steps to advertise their game, which they didn't do with their other games like Punishing Grey Raven. But I just wanted to focus in on some of this social media advertising here. We're just going to go to this first screenshot here. This is on TikTok. If you saw the video, I talked about these TikTok ads, which are actually kind of bad, and I kind of see where some of these comments are coming from, because obviously if they actually bought a better advert from someone else, I think the comment section would be much more positive. But this isn't about that. This is more about the Genshin community commenting on this, and it just kind of blew my mind at how stupid some people can be, and I just wanted to showcase it here. I'm not going to be censoring any of the names because these are public names. Obviously, don't go attack these people because, you know, they've just left a comment on the video. They've probably got the mental age of a 12-year-old and love staring at Mona's ass for like 20 hours. So just leave them alone, and we're just going to analyze their specific comments here. So for this first comment, I think this has probably stuck out to you. It says, copy paste of Genshin. Wow, nice concept. I mean, who in their right mind would say Wuthering Waves is a copy of Genshin Impact? Obviously, Wuthering Waves has many features that is similar to Genshin Impact. I mean, the UI is pretty similar, and there is an overall similar layout, but it's not a copy paste at all. I mean, if you look at Genshin Impact, they copied from Breath of the Wild, and that's more of a copy paste than Genshin to Wuthering Waves. So again, this argument of it being a copy paste is absolutely stupid. Yes, they did take a lot of ideas from Genshin, but they also took a lot of ideas from other games too. I mean, the overall style and concept is way different to Genshin Impact, and it's this nice concept here. I mean, have you seen the combat in Genshin Impact? It's boring as fuck, and it's simple. I mean, literally a toddler could play it. But with Wuthering Waves, they've actually decided to make it a little bit more hard. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that hard, but it definitely will be harder than, you know, Genshin Impact and some other gacha games for that fact. And again, copy paste is just a stupid argument. And this is something that I saw a lot. These two comments here saying Genshin Impact 5.0, Genshin Impact 2.0, saying that it's pretty much a copy again. And I just don't really get it. I mean, yes, I know there's a lot of people that love Genshin and they don't want it to fail, but why comment this kind of stuff? Why not just like move on to the next thing and just leave it alone? Now, there were some positive comments in here, which I just want to say. I mean, this was a Genshin UI. This guy's trying to point out, oh, the UI is similar. So apparently that means the game's exactly the same. I mean, I don't know what they're smoking there, but I definitely need me some of that shit. And then below here, these are some actual base comments. It says Genshin, but without the little girls. I mean, he's kind of wrong there. Have they seen Verena? I mean, Verena, I don't really like her as a character at all. I mean, I know she's going to be better, but the character design and just adding little children into the game, like a combat game, it's a little bit weird. I mean, you know, even if they're the most like wholesome like character ever, what child is going out and fighting all of this stuff? I mean, they've just inserted these kind of characters into the game, and it is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I don't have to pull for them or use them, so I won't. This guy down here says literally Genshin but better, and that is totally based. Now going on to some other comments I found here, this is one that says this game is like Genshin Impact, I like it. Now I just want to say anyone can play this game. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not gatekeeping this game. If you think this game's like Genshin Impact and you're comparing it to Genshin Impact so often in like a positive light, then please stay away from the game. I mean, obviously do what you want, play the game if you want to, but please don't bring the community over here. And this is why I'm so annoyed, because there's a lot of Genshin Impact players finding out about this game, and obviously that's fine. I mean, that's a big marketing technique that Wuthering Waves is doing at the moment, targeting these kind of already popular gacha games, especially Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. But whenever Honkai Star Rail first came out, it was actually quite nice. The community was super nice. I mean, it was completely different to Genshin Impact, and now it's slowly being like absorbed by the Genshin Impact fan base, and it is kind of scary, to be honest. I mean, I saw a TikTok the other day of like some cosplayers, and it was the most cringe shit I've ever seen. They were cosplaying some Honkai Star Rail characters. I mean, the video was kind of cute. They're walking around with their kids or something, but then someone re-uploaded it and then kind of made like a joke, and I just went, oh, that one just doesn't really hit. So it seems like a lot of these kind of Genshin Impact fans are coming over to Honkai Star Rail, and this is something that I don't really want to happen with Wuthering Waves. As I said, play what you want, do what you want, you can play the game if you want, but I'm just saying the community is going to be ruined if these people come over. Now, obviously, there is a lot of Genshin Impact players out there that are fine, they're chill, there's cool ones. I mean, even this person, they might be fine. They might have compared it to Genshin Impact just because it's a familiar game and not because they're totally obsessed with it. And, you know, are trying to defend it or completely lost in the kind of Hoyoverse shilling. And I mean, even me, myself, I play Genshin every, like, you know, couple of days. I don't play it as much as I used to, but I always like go in to check in and maybe do some artifact farming every every now and again, just because, you know, it's a game that I've been playing for years, so I want to go back. But I wouldn't consider myself like these Genshin fans, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that hate these kind of Genshin fans too. And as I said, with Honkai Star slowly turning into this kind of community, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary to see that this happens with a lot of these games, and Honkai Star doesn't even explicitly target Genshin Impact fans. Obviously, it's made by the same creators, Hoyoverse. But Hoyoverse didn't really market towards Genshin Impact fans that much. I think they were actually targeting towards the older Honkai Impact 3rd fan base, because obviously the game is similar and it's like set in like kind of a similar universe. But they were just kind of looking for new players too, which I'm pretty sure they got. Whereas Wuthering Waves seemed to be specifically advertising towards Genshin Impact players and also Honkai players, meaning that we're going to get a higher amount of them coming over early game. And I'm kind of worried to see what they're going to do and what kind of misinformation they're going to spread. I mean, we've seen it with creators like Pecto being kind of like abandoned by the community because apparently he did something wrong, which, you know, he doesn't even know what he exactly did wrong. And pretty much these community members have been attacking him for years. So what's to say they're not going to do the same with Wuthering Waves if there is a large amount of them coming over? And then there's one here that says, I think they're copying Genshin. I mean, looking at these adverts, these are most of the comments that come up on them. It's like, oh, they're copying Genshin. Oh, Genshin 2.0, Genshin this, Genshin that. They're so focused on Genshin, they can't even see that this is a unique game. Yes, games take inspiration from other games. I don't think Wuthering Waves is so similar to Genshin to the point where people are saying it's copying. I think these people are copying so hard. I just don't want the game to do good. Which, if you're one of those people, we don't need you. You know, we don't need you. The community does not want you. Stay playing Genshin Impact, stay playing Honkai Star or whatever you're playing, and keep sucking Hoyoverse's dick, because we do not want you over at Wuthering Waves if you're just going to spread this hate and spread this kind of like toxic behavior in the community, all because you prefer Genshin Impact and you don't want it to die, or you don't want everyone's focus to be shifted over to Wuthering Waves. And again, I do mean to clarify that, you know, you can play what you want. I'm not stopping you. I don't really like the mentality of gatekeeping stuff, but at the same time, I really don't want the community to change, because so far the community has actually been pretty decent. There's many creators out there that are super nice and actually super helpful too. I mean, they're starting to build a whole career around Wuthering Waves, which is just great. And also the fans that are interacting with this kind of content are amazing too. I mean, they're super positive and super excited for a game like this, because everyone's been waiting for a game like this that wasn't made by Hoyoverse. But if some of these players get into the community and start spreading all of this toxic information again like they've done with the previous games, it could honestly ruin the community. I mean, will it have much of an effect? Probably not, because there is quite a lot of like actually based people in this community that can kind of like combat this. But at the same time, there probably will be people coming into this community with the intention of, I hate this game, but I'm going to play it because I hate it. I mean, it's the same as a hate watcher, except for like Wuthering Waves. But overall, I'm super excited for Wuthering Waves. I can't wait for it to come out. And as much as I wanted to grow, I really wish that the Genshin players would just stick to playing Genshin. And I don't mean every Genshin player, I mean the specific ones. You know exactly the ones that I mean. That spread misinformation, that spread hate, that spread toxic stuff. As I said, there's many great Genshin players out there who are actually normal, and they're normal people that can actually understand a good game whenever they see one. So hopefully those kind of players come over to Wuthering Waves, but we don't want the toxic ones that have the mental age of like a 12-year-old coming over to this community. But I'll clarify for like the third or fourth time, play what you want. I mean, if you want to play Wuthering Waves, sure. But just know that we will be there to bully you, okay? We will be there to bully you if you start anything toxic, and I don't even care. We will be calling you out on your actions if you decide to spread kind of toxic and negative comments in this community, because we are not letting Wuthering Waves fail. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for this video. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I thought it was quite an interesting topic to talk about, and again, I'm sorry for being ill, but I think the Genshin fans are getting to me, and at least I won't be ill whenever Wuthering Waves comes out. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitch, where we're going to be streaming Wuthering Waves whenever it comes out, and I'll see you in the next one. That's all. See ya.